Should we get started on the recording?
Yeah.
It just did.
Oh, I didn't hear the dude.
Our first
Man.
line is, should we get started on the recording? Yes.
No. Just end the recording.
Sorry, I've never really done this on the phone before. It's weird.
Apparently, whenever I try to do it over the phone, I come out really quiet.
I see.
Anyway.
That sounds like a personal problem.
You're a personal problem.
Yeah.
Really, Zane?
What?
Really?
What? What did I do, huh?
If you scroll up in the chat, you'll see.
Yes, I saw that he clicked that.
There's no problems with what I clicked. You're making it sound worse than it is.
It's pretty bad, Zane.
It's not, though.
I'm pretty sure that none of the characters... Yeah, exactly. Like, none of the characters in Ed, Edd and Eddy are up to snuff, let's say.
I don't think any of them are even in middle school age.
You know, if we just keep beating around the bush with this, it just keeps sounding worse.
Mm-hmm. Just because they say they're my waifu doesn't mean I want to bone them. Y'all gotta calm down.
Should we keep beating around the bush? Because I think that's hilarious.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about waifus.
We're here to talk about husbandos.
Really shitty husbandos.
Like, even more shit tier than Kirito. Actually, no, not quite. That'd be a compliment to Kirito.
Nice try.
More shit tier than Light. There we go.
It's Midnight Sun.
Yes.
It's because it's all about Dark Yagami.
Callback! Yay!
Dear God. Mighty Yagami, the dog.
Yes.
I'll name my son after it.
It's named after a dog, okay.
Dear God. It's getting stupid and we haven't even actually started yet.
Yeah, so
On the bright side, we're in the last about 50 pages or so that's a good thing.
Yeah, who knows how long this one will take. Probably take another 20 episodes.
Yep.
What did I miss last time?
More JoJo references.
Yep.
I'm disappointed now.
We pretty much have turned Bella into a
Pillar Man stand user.
Yes.
That would be terrifying, honestly.
Like, at one point, it was literally because it was the whole thing of Edward like making fun of the fact that during the alley scene she was trying to remember how to incapacitate a person, which caused me to make multiple references to Miss Congeniality. And at one point, like, it was just like her menacingly walking towards one of the people and just Buddha.
Edward made a remark about how they were gonna see each other tomorrow, and then in his mind it's just like, she'll see me tomorrow, but I'll see her before then. Which is really creepy.
Yes.
That is creepy. Well, should we just start reading this shit show?
I don't go first.
We don't have to, but I want to get done with the story.
Bullshit an entire episode.
Welcome to the episode where we're supposed to read something, but we read nothing. We just talk.
Hello, on this episode, we don't actually read anything. It's just a bunch of JoJo memes.
Hello, on this episode, I pull up a manga and read that instead. Just a random manga. Let's see.
Oh, God.
Manga here. I guess that's
We're
a
on
website.
page 211. As always, link in the description in case you want to read along.
I don't know why you would, but cool.
What?
Okay, so there's hot new manga releases, and the first one is Why Are You Here, Sensei?
Oh, dear God, no. It's a teacher-student one.
That sounds terrible.
They all are.
Let's see.
No.
17-year-old Ichiro Sato always happens to find himself in perverted situations with his teachers.
Oh shit, I remember that one. Dear God,
Kana
why?
Kojima. Follow this erotic love comic about a student teachers handle their mishaps. Oh, so the teacher is sensei.
Well, yes, the sensei means teacher.
Yes, but when it says, "Why are you here, sensei?" and it shows a really surprised girl, I'm kind of concerned.
Oh. I don't think that's the image. I thought you were about to put an image, but
No, I'm
You
just
want me to?
using
no.
I'm using the waifu bot because I'm bored.
I unfortunately remember that one. The whole thing is the whole fucking like lucky pervert thing over and over.
Kingdom of
Oh
Sin.
yay, that's
the
tired.
gag.
Iris,
Ugh.
lady with a smartphone? The husband was in love with her cousin,
Oh God, what?
and the family was taken away by Cigar. The moment I fell into
Did
despair
cancer?
and to end my life, the memory of my past life came to mind. The life of a white-haired worker in Seoul. Returning to the past, she decided, I will not be abandoned by them again. Now I will forsake them. What?
Dang it.
I've read some weird shit. That is some weird shit. We're on page 211. Why is it that like, let's see what's on the top of this page. Oh, it's all garbage. I feel like that just says something about the anime industry in general. I mean, the manga industry in general.
Anime is a weird thing.
I mean, granted, like the whole like lucky pervert thing is used in a gag in Fire Force, but at least it's a whole thing where the joke is this one character just seems to have that as some weird thing that's happening to her. And no one can understand why.
Room 402 is the room where our illustrious female main character lives. One day, which seems to be mere coincidence, her fate intertwines with that of Sasamoto, a savvy man who seems to be down at the dumps. That is, until he picks up a trinket which fell from her nether regions.
Oh shit, I think I've read the first chapter of that one.
Prepare yourself for a story of sexual psychological horror as Sasamoto enters into a brave new world.
I mean,
What?
yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was good, but it was a whole thing where it was like, okay, this is terrifying.
Just not the correct way to be terrifying.
Well, no, psychosexual horror is a thing, and when it's done well, it is fucked up.
Mhm.
And that one was more just like trying to be provocative while being terrifying, and it didn't work. Anyway,
Let's get to reading.
211.
Yeah.
Instead of reading descriptions for terrible manga and manhwa, because I think that one is Korean, if I remember right. I might be wrong. Anyway, I too was overwhelmed by the proximity. The heat rolled off her in waves, caressing my face. Like a virgin was playing in the background. I could all but feel the silk of her hair. I mean, silk of her skin. Whoops. This is the taste of a liar.
Her heartbeat stuttered and her lips fell open.
I think you might want to have that looked at by a doctor, mate.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so I have to get off the manga pages. I've gone too deep. Anyways. Sleep well. I whispered and leaned away before the urgency of my body, either the familiar thirst or the very new and strange hunger I suddenly felt, could make me do
It's
something
called
that might
lust,
hurt
you
her.
fucknut.
Zane, I think you went too deep when you read the description of the manga. Just gonna say that right now.
Pretty much.
Like, I've found some weird ones in my days, but those are the ones where it's like, yeah, I don't think I need to.
Mm-hmm.
I read a lot of things where I'm just like, no thanks.
Yeah, how about new?
How about no?
Like, don't even get me started on a princess spear.
Is she made out of spears?
No, I'm not going to get into it right now, because, dear God,
Ooh, is it complicated?
it is fucking weird. I
Ooh.
haven't gotten up to date with it, but I remember reading the available chapters. It's like, okay.
Weird as in disturbing weird, or weird as in unique, or what sort of
Both?
weird here?
Weird as in, please stop making me read this, sir. Sir, please. The child at home. No.
I have a family, sir.
I need to feed my family.
Can I please go home now? I've been here for 24 hours straight and you haven't let me sleep.
No,
Vin
you
Diesel,
must get
stop.
to chapter 999.
Did you finish your line?
I thought I did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay. She sat there motionless for a moment, her eyes wide and stunned. Only her eyes. Dazzled, I guess.
As was I.
She recovered through her face, was still a bit bemused, and half fell out of the car, tripping over her feet and having to catch the frame of the car to right herself.
Oh yeah, because she's clumsy, guys.
There's a knock at the door. Who is it?
DMX.
Let's see.
Knock, knock,
Oh,
open
shit,
up the
it's
door.
Kyle.
It's real.
Hi, Kyle.
With a non-stop pop of stainless steel.
Nothing. Kyle, you should read the next line. What? Just read it, and I want you to guess what it is.
Tell him where the next line is.
Is it my line? Or was my line?
It is your line now.
So I watched, right?
Yeah.
No, wait, I think it's...
No, wait, no.
I chuckled, I think, is the next line.
Yeah, it's I chuckled.
I chuckled, hopefully it was too quiet. No, they said it was that one. I chuckled, hopefully it was too quiet for her to hear. I watched her stumble her way up to the pool of light that surrounded the front door, safe for the moment, and I would be back soon to make sure. I could feel her eyes.
You don't have...
You just needed to read the one paragraph, not two.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know. He didn't tell me.
Sorry. Should have been more clear on that one.
You're good.
Bark.
Is that a dog?
Yeah, that's Zane's dog.
Bark. Bork. Bark. Orf.
Stop antagonizing the beast, Llytic.
Oh god. Let's see. Yeah.
Yes, it's me. Hi, Bailey. How are you?
Gotten louder. I could feel her eyes follow me as I drove down the dark streets at a different sensation than I was accustomed to. I'm pretty sure you're used to having people stare at you, Edward. Usually I could simply watch myself through someone's following eyes, if I were of a mind to. This was strangely exciting. This intangible sensation of watching eyes. I knew it was just because they were her eyes.
That right there tells me it all.
Yeah,
It's Twilight, but from Edward's point of view.
yeah.
Interesting.
It's basically just a poorly written fluff piece.
Now, I agree with Zane. It's horrible.
You have not seen horrible writing yet. Actually, technically
Yes, I
speaking, you
have.
and it's 1,000 times worse than this.
I was there reading when we did My Immortal, so yeah, I was there for horrible
My
writing.
Immortal was at least was entertainingly bad, which is a different kind of bad than, say, My Inner Life, which was painful.
Oh, wait, what about that Time to Fix the Mistakes?
Oh God.
Oh, sorry, I think I just caused
Well, it's
Llytic
your
physical
line.
pain. Oh, it is my line. Oh, cool, where are we? A million thoughts chased each other through my head as I drove aimlessly into the night and then ran into a tree.
Edward, you are a thought.
Both here. Oh, okay. Whose line is it?
Zane. It's
Zane's.
your line, Zane.
It's my line.
Yes.
Yep.
Stop looking at Discord then. Sorry. Which line? For a long time, I circled through the streets, going nowhere, thinking of Bella and the incredible release of having the truth known. No longer did I have a dream that she would find out what I was. She knew. She didn't matter to her, even though this was obviously a bad thing for her. It was amazingly liberating for me.
You know, it's really tempting to make a joke about the fact that Edward hasn't had a release in over 200 years.
That'd be too easy, though.
Yeah, which is why I didn't make it.
Okay.
We've already gone over how that probably isn't good for his mental health.
Yeah, probably. Also, is it Kyle's line now?
I was about to say, is Kyle also continuing to read, or... I no longer hear Kyle.
I think we lost them.
We're here. Oh, is it his line again?
Oh god, we
Yep.
killed Kyle.
Wait, okay, so it's my turn? Okay.
Yes. More than that.
More than that. I thought of Bella and requited love. She couldn't love me the way I loved her. Such an overpowering, all-consuming, crushing love would probably break her fragile body. But she loved strongly enough. Enough to subdue the instinctive fear. Enough to want to be with me. And being with her was the greatest happiness I had ever known.
The entire story is just him saying Bella's weak shit.
Ah, okay.
My love is too much for your weak beauty body.
But I mean, if Superman can make it work with Lois Lane, Edward, I think you're going to be fine.
Do not degrade my all-American beef boy.
So why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this? Because this is what we do every single weekend.
We do it. We do it twice.
We do
a
fan
week.
fictions mostly, but he found this.
But I found an unpublished manuscript written by Stephenie Meyer.
This isn't even the worst thing we've ever read.
No, it's not.
Yeah. No, not at all. It's.
I find I love Stephenie Meyer. Her books are awesome. Well, some of them. Listen, The Host by Stephenie Meyer is amazing.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
I haven't read it, so I don't know.
Stephenie Meyer tries to write aliens. And apparently the only thing that matters to the
Host
main...
is about, like, aliens that take over people, and then one of the aliens falls in love with the human.
Wait.
It's a hive mind thing.
Wait.
But apparently the most important thing to this
She basically,
teenage
like,
girl...
betrays the aliens.
Fuck
Wait,
you,
so-
I'm in love.
Yep.
Wait, does that one have like a cover on it? It's got like the girl with the two different colored eyes or whatever, or like
Yes, that is it.
that was by Stephenie Meyer.
The thing is it's not bad in concept, it's just bad in execution. Because of the fact
movie
that
was terrible, but the book was good. I love it.
Again, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there just because of the fact that Stephenie Meyer can't do pacing right. As well as the fact that her character motivations are always just like poorly done. So it's like, it'd be one thing if like the whole love aspect were what caused the alien to switch sides. But instead it's more just like, I don't care about either side, I just want to bone you.
Yep.
Therefore, I'm going to make that my entire priority instead of fending off the aliens. Making sure humanity survives.
Well, towards the end, they go around, kidnapping them and, like, getting the aliens out of the body, but that's, like, a last-minute thing.
It's one of those things where basically characters in our stories decide that the only thing that matters is their love lives.
Yep.
Granted, whenever that happened with Katniss hell, you can do selfish character, like unnecessarily selfish character relatively well. Katniss Everdeen in the Hunger Games series was an interesting example of this, in which during a revolution, the only thing she cared about was herself.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But
Well, that gives her a character flaw,
but that
and makes her more human, I guess. I
Well,
don't know.
no, it just makes her a teenager in the middle of a revolution. But it's the whole thing of it doesn't typically make for a likable character, and that's the whole thing. Is like by the end of the last book of the Hunger Games series, you kind of turn on Katniss and like, no, you're kind of an asshole.
Like, it's okay, because everything goes wrong and everything horrible happens to her, so...
Your best friend has gotten brainwashed by the enemy, but you only care about how this affects you.
Don't worry, if I put it on this, it just will fall right off, so I gotta...
Oh gosh, I just realized how horrible it is that Kyle's here. We both have, like, I know I have ADHD, but I don't know if he does. But we just can't pay attention now.
Yep. That's me.
So maybe you were right. It might be another 20 episodes. Have fun with that.
But no, like, part of the whole thing, though, is that Stephenie Meyer just can't write, like, women whose motivation is anything but boning.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the problem. like,
The whole
none of her...
reason she literally goes off to help humans is because she wants to find the one that the human used to love, because she's like, well, you made me love that human now because you kept putting all these emotions on me. Like,
But, like, the whole thing is that none of her female characters have a character outside of whoever it is that they're trying to fuck.
yep.
Their character
So-
is their relationship to someone, and that is not good writing.
But did this book become the precursor for Area 51 raids about clapping alien cheeks?
No.
Oh, dear God, Stephenie Meyer's to blame for all those people that are going to get shot in September. Anyway, for a while, I was alone and hurting no one else for a change, except for anyone who had to put up with you.
What?
I allowed myself to feel that happiness without dwelling on the tragedy, just to be happy that she cared for me, just to exult in the triumph of winning her affection, just to imagine day after day sitting close to her, hearing her voice and earning her smiles.
I replayed that smile in my head, seeing her full lips pull up at the corners, the hint of a dimple that touched her pointed chin, the way her eyes warmed and melted. Her fingers had felt so warm and soft on my hand tonight. I imagined how it would feel to touch the delicate skin that stretched over her cheekbones, silky, warm, so fragile. Silk over glass, frighteningly breakable.
Wait, did we just get confirmation that Bella has a butt chin?
Pointed, so maybe?
Well, no, the dimple that touched her pointed chin, implying that there is a cleft in her chin.
Nah, she's got a Peter Griffin chin.
Yeah, cleft chin.
Mm-hmm. Cleft chin.
So she has a butt chin.
Yeah.
Bella has a butt chin.
How does she have a butt chin if she has an owl face? Yeah, there's several layers of jokes going on that I'm pretty sure that aren't going to make sense to you.
Remember,
she
she's a...
apparently has an unhinging jaw and a stand.
Yeah, remember, she's a pillarman, so she can alter her appearance at will?
She can collapse her skeleton.
Lost in the shadows, pale with fear, yet her jaw tight and determined, her eyes fierce, full of concentration, her slim body braced to strike at the hulking forms that gathered around her. Nightmares in the gloom. Then she pulled out a Glock and just shoots them.
And she remembered to sing.
Ah, I groaned at the simmering hate that I'd all but forgotten in the joy of loving her burst again into an infernal rage.
Yes, look down on the person that was thinking very hard about beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, she was gonna beat some people up last episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, that would have been rather entertaining to watch. Because
She got like cornered in an alley, and then Edward shows up, and he's just like, "What are we gonna do about that?" And she's like, "I was gonna kick their ass."
Okay.
my dad's a cop. I know how to put a person on the ground.
The original ones, but oh well.
Hmm.
No, wait, yes, I do in the movie.
Okay.
Okay,
Is
I
it my line?
thought came to mind. Her clumsiness is fake. It's actually that she's like a master in drunken fists.
Oh gosh.
The clumsiness is a tool to make people look down on her. They
Now I'm just
underestimate her
imagining-
ability, and that is their downfall.
Now I'm just imagining Bella like flat on her back and just standing up in like one swift motion.
I'm just imagining her literally like stumbling out of the way of a punch.
Mm-hmm.
Like she trips out of the way of a punch.
She uses the butt cheek to fight people.
And in the process puts the person who tried to hit her on their ass. Oh god, whose line is it?
Anyways,
Mine. Okay, I was alone. Bella was, I trusted, safe inside her home. For a moment, I was fiercely glad that Charlie Swan, head of the local law enforcement, trained and armed, was her father. That ought to mean something, provide some shelter for her, possibly make it to where she knew how to defend herself.
She was safe. It would not take me so very long to avenge the insult.
inside, she's just tripped over the rug and snapped her neck on the coffee table. She was safe.
Perfectly safe. Just slow pan from the room as she's staring into the camera with the dead eyes or whatever.
I just flash back to that one scene from Bird Box. Where the dude manages to kill himself instantly. He's tied to a chair and he just flips over to the sides, smashes his head open on the thing for the fireplace, the mantle of the fireplace. And it is in one motion. It's it is so fast that it's jarringly hilarious. It's not a good movie or book.
There's a book?
It's based on a book.
Huh.
And it's not very good. They actually were going to have a design that they showed for one of the monsters, but the thing is that, dear God, I forgot her name. Also the actress in Miss Congeniality.
Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock couldn't stop laughing every time she saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided not to use it. Our actress can't actually keep a straight face while looking at this thing. Oh, God.
The more I hear about the movie, the less I want to see it.
I mean, if you want something to laugh at.
Well, if I do that, I'll just watch Monty Python.
Or you could watch something so bad it's entertaining, The Room or Bird Box.
I don't really like things that are so bad they're good. They just look bad to me.
I mean, the whole thing of what makes them entertaining, though, is the fact that the people making them thought they were making something good. Which is
I'm
why
just laughing at someone, and I'm not an asshole like that. Do I laugh at people, Kyle? Do I make fun of people?
Yes.
No. Shut up, both of you.
That's kind of the whole point of this thing, is people making their dark, edgy shit that they think is all great and shit, and it's no, this is bad. This is really bad.
It just, the yes and stereo just kind of, that was really good.
Do I make fun of people? Am I an asshole? Yes. Whose line is it?
Zane's.
My line.
Yep.
Yes.
No, she deserved better. I could not allow her to care for a murderer.
But what about the others?
Bella was safe, yes. Angela and Jessica were also, surely, safe in their beds. They've also died somehow on the way back to Forks.
I just imagine they got into a car wreck.
They swerved to miss a deer.
They swerved to miss a deer and didn't work.
And crashed into a moose. It went through the windshield, killing them both.
The moose was quite perturbed. His night was ruined.
The moose was not very happy. It broke into someone's house shortly thereafter.
Yet a moose was loose in the streets of Port Angeles. I said moose on purpose. It was actually monster, but I thought moose was funnier. A human monster. Did that make him the human's problem? To commit the murder I ached to commit was wrong. I knew that. But leaving him free to attack again could not be the right thing either.
Well, you see, what you do is you take a taser. You take one of those long-range ones, and you aim it directly at his balls. That way, the two hooks go directly in his balls.
Is it my line?
That's one way to castrate someone, I guess.
Well, no, it wouldn't be castration. It'd be immediately frying. You'd basically be making Rocky Mountain oysters, but still attached to them.
Is it my line?
Yes.
Yes.
The blonde hostess from the restaurant, the waitress I've never really looked at, both had irritated me in a trivial way, but that did not mean they deserved to be in danger.
Do I make fun of people? Surely I don't make fun of people. 5 seconds later doing a comedy Indian accent.
A what accent?
Stereotypical Indian accent.
You see, I don't see race, so I didn't know where that accent was from. So the real problem is you.
Okay, nobody has ever started a sentence with "I don't see race" and not done something racist.
Yeah, because I don't see race. I don't get how what I'm doing is racist. You're the one who's taken out of in a racist way,
Well,
buddy.
then the issue is that you're ignorant. Because you still did something racist.
Nah, man, you're just sensitive about this kind of stuff. I don't know why.
Either one of them might be somebody's Bella.
I highly doubt they're looked down upon as much as Bella is by you. A gerbil might be somebody's Bella.
My poor gerbil.
A spun glass statue, maybe. Possibly pet rat. But usually not a person. That realization decided me.
How decided are you?
I turned the car north, accelerating now that I had a purpose. Whenever I had a problem that was beyond me, something tangible like this, I knew where I could go for help.
You've never had a purpose.
Alice was sitting on the porch, waiting for me. I pulled to a stop in front of the house rather than going straight through the garage.
Carly
I was planning on doing that, despite the fact that the
told
door
me
was
before I
closed.
could ask.
Carly? His name is Carlisle.
You have no room to judge, Zane. You've repeatedly pronounced Phoebus as Phobos. Also, you said Alice. Thank you, I said, tousling her hair as I passed away.
Thank you for returning my call, she thought sarcastically. Zane.
Wow, why do you keep getting, like... Ooh, I passed by the door, pulling out my phone and flipping it open. Sorry, didn't even check to see who it was. I was... busy.
Oh, you were masturbating.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry too. By the time I saw what was going to happen, you were on your way.
It was close, I murmured, and so was I.
Sorry, she repeated, ashamed of herself.
It was easy to be generous knowing that Bella was fine. Don't be. I know you can't catch everything. No one expects you to be omniscient, Alice.
Thanks.
I don't know why, I just suddenly imagined, like, Alice using her future vision to spy on someone having sex.
That would imply... Wait, does her future vision only affect her immediate area, or does she see the future of people?
She sees the future of people. Like, there are no concrete rules to how her future vision works. It is the weirdest shit. Like, there are no consistent rules for it. So conceivably,
she totally could see
could.
someone having sex then.
Yeah.
Yes. You see, I looked into you and Bella's honeymoon.
And I gotta say, you could have worked at that better.
I mean,
now,
typically
here's a suggestion. Use a rope.
you let the squishy human top. Less of a chance of something breaking.
Let her cut your head off. Edward, I know you're not gonna like this, but you're actually into some really kinky shit.
Right, the Oh god. Whose line?
I think...
I think I just
it's
finished
Kyle's. Yeah, it's Kyle's.
I already did. I said, thanks.
Oh, you did? Okay. I
Yeah,
almost did.
listen better.
Don't you fucking start with me. Mr. pays attention to nothing.
Hey, I have a reason I can't pay attention now. There's another person here.
Well,
As
to
an
be
excuse
fair,
for
you're actually paying attention better today with someone there than when you're there on your own.
Shut up.
Is that really the only argument you can make?
That's the only argument he can make a lot of times. I almost asked you out to dinner tonight. Did you catch that before I changed my mind?
She grinned. No, I missed that one too. Wish I'd known. I would have come.
What were you concentrating on that you missed so much?
Jasper's thinking about our anniversary, she laughed. He's trying not to make a decision on my gift, but I think I have a pretty good idea.
I also may have ended up seeing a lot of possible futures in which he's massacred large parts of the school. But other than that...
That's the anniversary gift.
You're shameless.
Yep.
She pursed her lips and stared at me. A hint of accusation in her expression. I paid better attention later. Are you going to tell them that she knows?
I sighed. Yes, later.
Don't do anything. Do me a favor and tell Rosalie when I'm not around, okay?
I flinched. Sure.
Do I have to tell Rosalie? She's a bit of a bitch, and her powers aren't actually powers. It's really stupid.
Bella took it pretty well. Alright, Kyle had to take care of something, so just skip him for now. Like, he just walked away, and I think he has to call someone, so...
Okay. Too well.
Honestly, he lasted longer than I thought he would.
Just in the corner, muttering incoherently to himself, until finally he just starts screaming. The earth begins shaking, and a great old one rises from the ground.
That's edgy
Alice-
enough to be him.
Alice grinned at me. Don't underestimate Bella. She's a pillar man, after all.
Alice is just being really careful not to get them all consumed by Bella by using Edward to play on her good side.
They
That's
chose
the
the
real
wrong
reason.
person. They chose the wrong person.
I don't know. It seems to be working out so far.
Okay. I guess nobody else will be counting on the fact that Bella's an idiot.
Bella's just doesn't want. Bella's afraid that if she eats Edward, she'll get kind of stupid too.
This is my only chance to hook up. If I eat him, I'll be single forever. Despite the fact that there's a whole bunch of people.
I tried to block the image. I didn't want to see Bella and Alice best friends.
Bella and Alice fucking. That would really hurt me for some reason.
A Bella and Alice adventure.
Alice in Washington. Impatient now, I sighed heavily. I wanted to be through with the next part of the evening. I wanted it over with, but I was a little worried to leave Forks.
Alice, I began. She saw that what I was planning to ask.
For the love of God, don't let me nuke Forks.
She'll be fine tonight. I'm keeping a better watch now. She sort of needs 24-hour supervision, doesn't she?
That way she doesn't eat anybody. At least. It'd be better if it was 25-8.
Anyway, you'll be with her soon enough.
I took a deep breath. The words were beautiful to me.
By which I mean she's going to consume you.
Alice just skips to the part where Edward's like halfway inside her body.
Oh God!
Turns out Alice really likes boar.
That's why she sent Edward to him.
Oh God!
What is happening to me?
God, there was this, and then there was the war joke you made with the water element. Oh God, elemental? Oh God, that was the worst time for hiccups to happen.
What is wrong with me? Like, good lord.
Someone's got a fetish.
A closet fetish.
Does the closet extend to the point where you don't realize you have it either?
I believe that's called armored closet. Though usually that involves you accusing other people. That's kind of the whole thing of like an armored closet gay is someone who's trying very hard to not seem gay while also accusing other people of being gay.
Okay.
Just reminds me of that whole thing of the apparent reason why guys haven't been using the recycled material. I mean, the reusable grocery bags.
It's because they think it's gay.
It's because they don't want to look gay.
What?
Because
How-
it kind of looks like a purse.
That reasoning is stupid.
Yes.
So are you telling me that gay people are good for the environment? Because they don't use plastic bags.
Well, I mean, they also make sure that the population doesn't explode out of control. Kind of.
That fixes itself on its own, though.
We need more gay people to survive. People just keep having kids.
Seriously, guys, birth control's a thing. You should use it.
Yeah, but most of
There's
the...
people in my family that need to know that.
Yeah, but then you have, like, straight men complaining about condoms. Like, it suffocates my penis. Like, if you buy the wrong size, maybe. And even then, you can technically fit an entire fist in a small. That doesn't mean you should put a large in a small. But still, it's not like it's actually reducing anything. I can tell you for a fact that your pull-out game is not on point.
Is it my line?
I think it is.
Might be. I think it was go on.
Oh no, I said the last one, the beautiful me to me one.
All right.
I guess it's Llytic's line.
Go on. Get this done so you can be where you want to be, she told me. Inside Bella's bedroom while she's sleeping.
And creepy.
I nodded and hurried up to Carlisle's room.
I knocked on it, then followed that up by saying, Daddy. It's me.
Daddy.
Hello, it's me.
It's me, Daddy.
He was waiting for me, his eyes on the door rather than the thick book on his desk. Alright?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I mean, wondering where you were?
No, I gotta pick up stuff for her. Litter. Where you at?
Where are we at?
Yeah, where we at?
I forgot.
Could you just be the one that read?
That one.
I believe it was just Tom.
I heard Alice tell you that's where we are.
Yeah.
I heard Alice tell you where to find me. He said and smiled.
Daddy always knew what to say. It was a relief to be with him. To see the empathy and deep intelligence in his eyes. Carlisle knew what to do. Daddy Carlisle.
Daddy, I need help.
Did Alice tell you what happened to Bella tonight?
No, you skipped your line.
Anything, Edward, he promised.
Did Alice tell you what happened to Bella tonight?
Almost happened, Daddy amended.
Yes, almost. I've got a dilemma, Carlisle. You see, I want very much to kill him. The words started to flow fast and passionate. So much, but I know that would be wrong because it would be vengeance, not justice. No, all anger, no impartiality. Still, it can't be right to leave a serial rapist and killer wandering Port Angeles. I don't know the humans there, but I can't let someone else take Bella's place as his victim, Daddy. Those other women. Someone might feel about them the way I feel about Bella. Might suffer what I would have suffered if she'd been harmed. It's not right.
I don't know. It could turn into an I spit on your grave situation, and he ends up bleeding out in a bathtub with his dick cut off.
That's pretty hot. What? His wide, unexpected smile stopped a rush of my words cold.
She's very good for you, isn't she? So much compassion, so much control. I'm impressed.
She's really not. I'm not looking for compliments, Daddy.
Of course not, but I can't help my thoughts, can I? He smiled again. I'll take care of it. You can rest easy. No one else will be harmed in Bella's place.
I saw the plan in his head. It wasn't exactly what I wanted. It did not satisfy my craving for brutality, but I could see that it was the right thing to do.
His body parts were strewn across 5 counties.
Don't worry. Daddy will make sure no one can put them back together.
God. Where we?
It's all Carlisle's fault for doing this weird family roleplay thing.
I'll show you where to find him, I said.
Let's go, Daddy. Oh, no, wait, no, that was Carlisle saying it. Let's go, Eddie.
Yeah.
Let's go, Eddie.
Eddie and Daddy, okay. He grabbed his black bag on the way. I would have preferred a more aggressive form of sedation, like a cracked skull. But I would let Carlisle do this his way.
Instead of DDLG, it's just DCLE. Daddy Carlisle, Little Edward.
He grabbed his black bag on the way. I would have preferred
I
it.
already did it. You just did that one.
We took my car. I also stood on the steps. She grinned and waved as we drove away. I saw that she had looked ahead for me. We would have no difficulties.
She loved to watch the dying, not necessarily do the killing.
I
She
could
got
just
off
think,
on
like, they're calling him a serial rapist, but what if he was just a mugger looking for cash
Well,
to, like,
no,
feed his children?
No, because he read his mind and the whole thing of he enjoyed the because he was actually out to rape.
Ew.
The trip was very short on the dark, empty road. I left off my headlights to keep from attracting attention. It made me smile to think how Bella would have reacted at this pace. I'd already been driving slower than usual to prolong my time with her when she objected.
You were driving 100 miles per hour.
I'm just imagining they get pulled over on the road and it delays them for a long time.
Sir, do you know how fast you were going?
No.
140. I didn't even think this dingy car could go that fast.
Well, I mean, if memory serves, it's a sports car because all of the Cullens own sports cars because they rich. Because that's what we need for our teenage fantasy is what's the appealing parts of our love interest? He rich. Also, he attractive. Does he have anything else like a likable personality? No. Just rich and attractive.
I just picture them having one of them having a van, and all they put in the back is like the kills they get from like outside in the back, so it looks like everyone thinks they're a hunter.
There's just an entire bear stuffed in the back. Well, they exclusively hunt predators because they taste better. And believe
I'm just
me,
picturing like that one hunter who comes to like observe the kill, and he goes around and searches the body, and there's not a single bullet in it. There's just a bite mark. And he just kind of looks at the person, just,
The actual fuck?
You sick your dog on this? Is that why you ain't in the car? Did your dog die?
You sick your dog on this? Your dog has a weirdly short jaw. Was it a Boston Terrier?
Oh my God.
So what, you using attack chihuahuas or something? That's
You using
an odd
attack
strategy.
children?
Tactical chihuahua.
I said chihuahuas, but attack children just sounds...
Release the kids! Carlisle was thinking Bella too. I didn't like the fact that Daddy was doing this.
I didn't foresee that she would be so good for him. That's unexpected. Perhaps this was somehow meant to be. Perhaps it serves a higher purpose. Only...
And we ran over a child on the road.
I don't think anyone that causes you to start exhibiting stalkerish tendencies is technically good for you.
No, not at all.
Nah.
He pictured Bella with snow-cold skin and blood-red eyes, and then flinched away from the image.
Yes. Only. Indeed. But how could there be any good in destroying something so pure and lovely?
That's the point. Chaotic. Live for chaos. Destroy the pure. Piss on the
Flinch in
Empire
horror
State
when a
Building.
nun touches you. Get your unsullied hands off me. It was so stupid. I glowered into the night, all the joy of the evening destroyed by this thought.
Edward deserves happiness. He's owed it.
He's owed nothing.
The fierceness of Carlyle's thoughts surprised me. There must be a way.
Nobody is owed jack shit.
I wish I could believe that, either one, but there was no higher purpose to what was happening to Bella, just a vicious harpy, an ugly, bitter fate who could not bear for Bella to have the life she deserved.
I apologize to every harpy due to the fact that they were mentioned in this. They are a proud race.
I did not linger in Port Angeles. I took Carlyle to the dive. A creature named Lonnie was drowning his disappointment with his friends, 2 of whom had already passed out. Carlyle could see how hard it was for me to be so close, for me to hear the monster's thoughts and see his memories of Bella mixed in with less fortunate girls who no one could save now.
Suddenly, he started to think about the Fortnite dance.
No. Stop
He started
that.
to think about the fact that Fortnite stole Jack's film's Deep Dab. That happened.
Wow.
They didn't ask him permission or anything.
Yeah, they didn't
It
really
just
ask for a
popped
lot
up
of
in the
things.
store one day.
That must suck.
Whose line is it?
I think it's yours.
Okay, my breathing sped. I clutched the steering wheel and crashed through the wall of the bar.
You fucker! How dare you do that to Bella?
It's just you just hear deja vu in the background, muffled, and then the car crashes through the wall and rams into him.
Eurobeat intensifies.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street!
Go, Edward, he told me gently. I'll make the rest of them safe. You go back to Bella.
It was exactly the right thing to say. Her name was the only distraction that could mean anything to me now. I have a serious problem.
Yeah.
I left him in the car and ran back to Forks and Spoons in a straight line through the sleeping forest. It took less time than the first journey in the speeding car. It was just minutes later that I scaled the side of her house and slid her window out of my way.
Oh my gosh, Bella, lock your window.
I'm coming for that.
Edward would just break the lock.
And then she
Also,
would know
the
that
fact
he
that
went
she
there
doesn't
because
have-
the lock's broken. She'd be like, dude, what the fuck?
Also, I'm not the only one kind of weirded out by the fact that she doesn't have a screen on her window.
Yeah, that's a little odd, honestly.
I thought
But
it was
then
on
again,
the second
it's
story, and those don't really have screens, do they?
Well, typically you're going to want screens to keep bugs out if your window's open. It's hot.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe only Edward opens her window.
It's hot, humid, and my room is full of mosquitoes. Okay, there's this weird thing where mosquitoes only bite my right arm, and I don't know why.
It's because
That
your
is
left
weird.
arm is just too powerful for them.
But I'm right-handed.
Exactly. You see, your left arm has all your spirit power, your right arm has all your physical power.
If I could ever
I-
successfully throw a punch with my left, it would destroy the world.
Or you could do something like punch Ghost or use Spirit Gun. Anyway. Whose line?
Take yours.
Where?
I believe it's mine.
Oh.
I sighed silently with relief. Everything was as it should be. Bella was safe in her bed. I was watching her. I'd entered her house uninvited. Her father was prepping a shotgun.
Wait,
He
his
was
father was
standing
prepping
right-
his...
He was standing right behind. Wait.
blam!
Oh god, I just imagined Charlie Swan saying Ome wa mo shinderu.
Omae wa mo shinderu.
What? Then shotgun.
Shotgun
I don't
blast.
speak Jap.
Wait, what was?
I'm sorry, I
Half
didn't
my
quite
face
catch
was
that.
scattered across the room. I was still
I'm sorry, I
standing
didn't quite-
because vampire.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What was?
Oh god,
Okay, that hurt.
Bella was safe in her bed, dreaming. Her wet hair tangled like seaweed across the pillow. Delicious.
Why would you go to bed with your hair wet? That's just...
I do that.
What's wrong with you?
Well, for one, it keeps my pillow cold.
Okay.
That's what I use my body pillow for. That thing's freezing.
You get it wet?
No?
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Pause.
Hammer
Now
time.
stop. Ah, dang it, you stole it. But unlike most nights, she curled into a small ball with the covers stretched taut around her shoulders. Cold, I guess.
I
Her
wonder
hair
why.
is wet. Before I could settle into my usual seat, she shivered in her sleep, and her lips trembled.
Edward, get the fuck out.
Edward, get the fuck in me.
Ooh.
Dear God.
I thought for a
Unhinges
brief
her
moment.
jaw and begins biting chunks out of him.
And then I eased out into the hallway, exploring another part of her house for the first time.
Oh,
Her
good
father
lord.
was literally staring me down when I opened the door. Oh shit.
Oh, hey, Charlie. What are you doing here? I could ask you the same question.
I live
Charlie's
here.
snores were loud and even. I could almost catch the edge of his dream. Something with the rush of water and patient expectation. Maybe fishing.
No, he was actually dreaming he was a bear, so it was technically fishing, just not the way you were expecting. Just catching fish with his bare hands. Literally.
Oh gosh, now I'm just thinking of a bear using a fishing pole.
What is this, Animal Crossing?
He's also wearing, like, dungarees. Just like, or like those, like, rubber overalls.
Waiters.
Waders, yeah.
Hey,
It's
boo-boo
wearing
bear.
waders. It's fly fishing.
And then it
I'm
has
looking
a
for
fishing.
picnic basket.
Then it's like got one of those fishing hats with like the hooks on
The
it
hooks
and
in
stuff.
them.
It just kind of like turns and looks at the human scene there, and just waves and just goes back to fishing.
And then it hops in its car. You not heard
Strangely
those
enough,
stories
bears
of,
drive Chevys.
Have you heard those stories of bears breaking into people's cars?
Yeah, they could tear the door off the hinges.
They don't even need to. They figured out handles. They just can't figure out how to get back out. So you have like the bears like smart enough to figure out the handle to open the door, and so it's like, pull this open. Hey, there's cupcakes in here.
Oh, cool. Oh, God, I'm trapped. I'm going to tear up the entire car now.
Basically. So you just hear like the car horn going off as the car's just rocking back and forth violently. Oh, God. There at the top of the stairs was a promising-looking cupboard. How many family heirlooms did it hold? I opened it hopefully and found what I was looking for. Photos of her grandma. If anyone's seen that one John Malinou sketch. Or
No.
Mulaney. Why are you
No.
like this? Because it's the one thing they can't replace. Have you seen that one?
I don't
Oh,
think
that
so.
one. Ugh.
After
Come on.
this, Tom, you need to watch that one, because dear God.
Send me a link in the thing or whatever.
Will do. I selected the thickest blanket from the tiny linen closet and took it back into her room. I would return before she woke, and no one would be the wiser. As I threw the blanket onto her, the weight of it hitting her woke her up.
It's one of those like 15-pound blankets or whatever.
It was actually a fire blanket.
Ew.
You know, the ones that are so thick that like no air gets through them.
Ah, he suffocated her.
I accidentally put it over her face.
Holding my breath, I cautiously spread the blanket over her. She didn't react to the added weight. Perfect. I spread it over her face and slowly suffocated her. I returned to the rocking chair.
While I waited anxiously for her to warm up, I thought of Carlisle, wondering where he was now. I knew his pain would go smoothly.
Plan.
Alice had seen that.
His
Are we gonna do
pain
another
would go
page, or y'all want to
smoothly.
stop here?
One more page.
Thinking of my father made me sigh, because Carlisle gave me way too much credit.
Everyone
I wish I was
does.
the person he thought me to be. That person, the one who deserved happiness, might hope to be worthy of this sleeping girl.
Never say that again.
Different things would be if I could be that Edward.
I really hate Daddy, but he likes it that way.
I pondered this strange, uncalled image, as I pondered this, a strange, uncalled image filled my head. Charlie was dreaming about still being a bear, but now playing a rock concert.
Oh, like that one movie.
No, not that one, no!
Yes, that one.
Don't remind me.
It's too late, I've already reminded you.
The only good part about that was Christopher Walken.
For one moment, the hag-faced fate I'd imagined, the one who sought Bella's destruction, was replaced by the most foolish and reckless of angels, a guardian
That's an
angel.
insult to hags, you fuck.
A guardian angel, something Daddy's version of me might have had. With a heedless smile on her lips, her sky-colored eyes full of mischief, the angel formed Bella in such a fashion that there was no way I could possibly overlook her. A ridiculously potent scent to demand my attention, a silent mind to inflame my curiosity, a quiet beauty to hold my eyes, a selfless soul to earn my eye. Oh my God, why am I reading this?
Oh dear God, did Mormon God form Bella just for Edward?
Possibly.
Oh no.
Leave out the natural sense of self-preservation so that Bella could bear to be near me. And finally, add a wide streak of appallingly bad luck.
Even though you're supposed to look pretty so people approach you. Shut up, Edward.
This is why she's not on good terms with any Native Americans later in the story.
With a careless laugh, their irresponsible angel propelled her fragile creation directly into my path, trusting blithely in my flawed morality to keep Bella alive.
The angel was kind of an asshole like that.
In this vision, I was not Bella's sentence. She was my reward.
Never think of someone as your reward.
But she was my reward.
That's unhealthy, Edward.
I unlocked her in a loot box, so she's mine.
Da 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 da. You've obtained Bella.
Damn, I wanted an atlas.
Oh God, fuck, I forgot his name, but it was the youngest person to ever become one of the the Native American shapeshifters. It was like, he's actually not a bad character, nor is his sister.
Did you say Native American shapeshifters?
Yeah, it's later explained that they're not true werewolves, and that werewolves are a thing that exists called Children of the Moon, but they're very rare and thought to be near extinct. And that for some reason, members of the Quillette tribe have a gene that specifically activates due to vampires, but at the same time, like, vampire venom is deathly toxic to them, similar to how wild animals are, which basically just ended up with Stephenie Meyer inadvertently calling Native Americans wild animals.
Huh.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I cut out for a bit there.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of, probably accidental racism and sexism in Twilight. I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's like that whole thing of Erica Mitchell, the writer of 50 Shades, not realizing that Hispanic people and Native Americans aren't the same thing. We've talked about this before, because Carlos is supposed to be the Jacob equivalent.
There's this thing
Jacob.
called Native Mexicans, I'm pretty sure. The Aztecs, the Mayan. No,
Well,
Mayans
yes,
are
but
South
there aren't
American.
exactly many pure-blood Mayans and Aztecs around anymore now, are there?
Yeah.
The conquistadors kind of saw to that. Is it my line or?
I believe so.
Where are we?
No,
we're
it's
at
my
the-
line.
Oh,
It
okay.
said I shook my head.
Yeah, I shook my head at the fantasy of the unthinking angel. There's a joke I could make in there, similar to Casimir, the idiot god.
Hey.
She was
Hey.
not much better than the harpy. And insult the harpies. Check yourself.
I'm not the unthinking angel. That's Zeffy.
Yeah, no, you're the idiot god.
Yeah.
Oof.
And the Viking who doesn't know what a rabbit is. Oh yeah, that thing climbing over onto the roof of the 2-story house. Yeah, that's probably a rabbit.
I've seen a rabbit hop over the moon before.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Japanese folklore. That raises even more questions.
Olaf's just been all over the world, actually. He's just really confused now.
Olaf doesn't understand regular animals. I could not think well of a higher power that would behave in such a dangerous and stupid manner. You know, like making humans the dominant species. As well as the ugly fate I could fight against. At least the ugly fate I could fight against.
And I had no angel. They were reserved for the good, for people like Bella. So where was her angel through all this? Who was watching over her?
Her dad.
Mustache Dad.
Yeah, the one who's about to shoot you, Edward.
The snoring had stopped.
I laughed silently, startled as I realized that just now I was filling that role.
Just now, I felt the twin barrels of a shotgun poking the back of my head.
A vampire angel. That was a stretch.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there are some animes that have tried it.
Yep.
Vampire Knight.
After about a half hour, Bella relaxed out of the tight ball. Her breathing got deeper, and she started to murmur. I smiled, satisfied. It was a small thing, much like my brain, but at least she was sleeping more comfortably tonight because I was here. Here.
Jesus Christ, how long did he stay at her house?
Too long.
All
I'm
night.
pretty sure the moment that you've broken into someone's house, you've been there too long.
You can't fast travel while trespassing.
Edward, she sighed, and she smiled too.
I shoved tragedy aside for a moment. Get the fuck out of here, tragedy. This is my girl to stalk.
And we just got to chapter 11.
And let myself
say-
be happy again. Interrogations?
I'd say that's a good place to...
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Typically, when we reach chapter end, we finish it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, if
Lovely.
you excuse me, I'm going to fuck Kyle in the alleyway.
Nice.